Hello, I hope you can hear me. I'm broadcasting live. We got caught a little outside of where we normally record, but anyway, they're reporting an attack, apparently with drones, on the Venezuelan president, Nicolás Maduro. A country that, well, is already in turmoil. For years now, the situation has been deteriorating to where it is right now. Experts say a political crisis is pushing it toward the worst point in its history, probably to the worst in the world. It's a country whose currency value is dropping lower and lower right now. With all this political and social crisis happening, how are you, Marcos? It has also led to new groups emerging, resort to violence. I must say that it's not the majority. It has been a country where people have shown that they are very peaceful and try to protest in the most peaceful way possible. But it's also a country that's been cornered. We'll see where from now. Who was the one who had the ability to send drones to a public event that he was holding together with? Imagine, in the middle of all the military, Nicolás Maduro, he's always surrounded by military, right? I can't picture him unless he's surrounded by lots and lots of military. That's just how he is. That's how you find him. And just now there was an attack where you could see he was there surrounded by hundreds and hundreds of military personnel. Suddenly you hear something and all the soldiers and guards nearby start looking up and you start hearing explosions. Everyone runs and apparently, well, nothing happens to Nicolás Maduro. That's what's been reported so far, but it's honestly a very interesting and intense situation that's happening right now in that country. They're trying to carry out an assassination in that country using drones. Look, that's a person who has known for a while that he's paranoid, that he's afraid something might happen to him, Latino, that they might try to stage a coup against him, that they might try to remove him for good. He who owes nothing fears nothing. And he's a person who, well, has made many enemies both within his own country and outside of it. But many interests are involved, both inside and outside of the country, with the whole oil issue that keeps him in power and will keep him in power. Let me say, he's a difficult character. That he's going to leave, at least in a democratic way. I don't see a democratic policy coming out of this. If this man ever ends up out of that country, it will be because the people of Venezuela want it that way, because the people of Venezuela unite. That's the only way. The thing is that violence will never be the way. It will never be the way. She hopes Maduro will be removed, saying Venezuelans are suffering. Lilian Perez, how are you? Lilian? Greetings. She says, hello Pepe, how are you? Greetings. I hope it sounds a little better because, well, this is kind of very, very, very strange. How are you? Greetings to Abay and Marcos. Greetings to you. Thank you for being here. I wasn't sure if I was broadcasting correctly on PPN Vivo since I'm on Ruta Verde. I just grabbed my phone and started broadcasting. We were a little out of place, but well, here we are. We will be paying attention to what's happening up ahead. We will be broadcasting on PPN Vivo to let you know what's going on. And the details that come up from this and other news that is coming. Several are coming. It's the weekend. How are you? He says. Everyone on stage was warned and looked up. He says all the time it's a vulgar setup. Well, always. With all the attacks, there's always someone who says it's a setup. I don't know. The truth is you need evidence for those things. The thing is you could hear the drones. That's why they look up. That's the logic. So not everything is staged. Not everything is a conspiracy. You always have to leave that up to the evidence. Of course, there's sometimes situations like that do happen, but when there's evidence, we have to talk about it. Coup d'etat. Their officers weren't afraid. I saw it, says Marcelo to Cuba. No, look, if it were a coup d'etat, they would have already done it. At least for now, there's no evidence of that. We'll see what happens. If you turn around or listen, it's like being near a drone. Easily, at 200, 300 meters, you can hear it perfectly. Look up there, there's a drone. It's about 100 meters away and you can hear it clearly. I'm not sure if you can see it. Back there, look at that little black dot right there, that one. It's a drone, so you can hear it. You can hear it perfectly. I hope it's not one of those same drones, that's all. Hello, Pepe. He says, is it something serious? He says that Venezuelan people can't anymore. That's what I'm saying. It's a country that's in turmoil. It's a country that's in a severe crisis. Not just an economic crisis, but a food crisis. In a country that is very prosperous, that has excellent land for planting, for developing its agriculture. Where is Venezuelan coffee? It was once among the world's best. Where did it go? Come on. Oil was once powerful in many areas, but not anymore. Venezuela has fallen behind in many, many things. And well, from here we'll be keeping an eye on what happens in that country. I'll check in later. Take care and have a great afternoon.